It's time to BS.
Kevin's here. Kevin's here. We are sans Dustin today.
That's right. He's in, what is it, Rhode Island?
He's somewhere in New England. He's somewhere. He's somewhere up there.
So hopefully he's enjoying himself, and we'll march forward.
We will. Soundboard included.
Okay.
Soundboard included. So we have some context here for you today. So if you are listening on the podcast platforms and on YouTube, you may be wondering, hey, where's the video footage? Well, in the early days of this program, well, kind of sort of early days of this program, it was just audio. Because YouTube, every now and then, is a pain in the rear end. Every now and then. Every now and then, you know, it's got its point. It has its moments. It really does. So we're going to be trying something here on the Department of BS program for a little bit. Kind of a hey, let's test the bait on the line and see if we catch something, to throw some fishing metaphors in there for Kevin.
That's right.
So
maybe we'll bring in a swordfish. We don't know.
I don't think a swordfish would be most. Those things fight.
They do.
They do fight.
And, they do, and I don't know if that's part of the appeal of that.
Swordfish.
To some, I'm sure it is.
Tastes good though.
Oh, they do. No question about that.
They do taste really good.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. So we are pausing production on BS Sessions for a little bit, and we're going to be collabing with other podcasts on the Time to BS platform, not just on BS Sessions, but you know, Kevin, this does include you. Let's be honest here,
okay,
this does include you because you're sitting there like.
So as long as I'm along for the ride, I'm good.
Oh, you're along for the ride. You stop it. So, yeah, we are going to be doing mostly just audio production for now. Just, mix things up a little here and there because we do that around here. We sometimes go off the rails. We sometimes forget to weigh anchor.
Yeah.
Sometimes we crash into a mountain on the plane.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we go snowboarding and hit a tree. That's a dangerous game.
It is.
Snowboarding and hitting a tree. It's not fun.
Yeah. No, it's not. And hopefully we'll be alive at the end of all this. So.
If we hit a tree with snowboarding, I mean, depends on if you're going headfirst into the tree. You're probably not gonna live.
No.
If you go shoulder first in the tree, you're probably fine, but you break your shoulder.
Well, I haven't had any broken bones to this point, so hopefully we will avoid that.
That's a shocking revelation. You never broke a bone in your life?
Never have.
Wow.
Had quite a few surgeries along the way, but
knock on wood.
Yeah.
Knock on every single piece of wood, including the skull.
That's right.
I dislocated my ankle when I was a wee lad, but it was interesting because my cousin, I don't know if I dislocated or I strained a ligament in my ankle. I'm not sure, but it's been so long I don't remember. But I was being dangled by the ankle as a prank, and I guess I messed my ankle up or something like that.
Yeah, so don't do that again.
Yeah, I was like 5 or 6 years old. It was not fun.
Oh, okay.
But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Department of BS from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York. I'm Dan Cruz. Kevin's coming to you from the great state of Texas. Or, where are you right now?
We are in the great state of Texas, not at home. We are at a resort next to Lake Palestine in East Texas.
Oh, delightful.
Yeah, and we're enjoying our anniversary week, and this is why we weren't live yesterday.
This is true.
Because it was my 21st wedding anniversary, and
hey,
I would like to have 22 of those, so,
Delightful.
Yeah.
We like these things. We love these things indeed. So yeah, we weren't able to record yesterday and get the show on time earlier this morning as we were recording on a Saturday afternoon.
That's right.
Here on
this
the
is
island.
my second foray into a show process.
Yeah.
And as I just got off the no credentials required, and if you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend that. Listen to us first,
Yeah.
and then go over to the other side and listen to that. But I highly recommend that.
Yeah, set your boundaries up. Set your priorities straight. I meant to say priorities, not boundaries.
That's right.
Grammar's hard. Words are hard, Kevin. But yes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow the show wherever you get your podcast. On Twitter, Good Pods, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Tune. I don't know. We're on TuneIn. We're on Amazon Music. That I know. We're out there. We're
out there, and just search us and come along for the ride.
Go find us. Just don't stalk us, because then we'll have to file a restraining order on you, and then we don't
want to have to do that and get lawyers involved. So we don't.
We don't need to do that. So I haven't tested the soundboard on the Rodecaster in quite a bit. Let's try this out. I forgot that existed. What else do I got here? Oh, I missed this. I missed this thing.
Okay.
Old Spice exists in two places now.
Okay.
On StreamYard and on this thing.
Okay.
Let's see what I got here. That's loud. That's the Islanders' goal horn.
Okay.
That's the Islanders' goal horn. What else we got here?
What you have done has made God very unhappy.
Forgot that was a sound.
Okay. Hopefully we will not have that happen.
No.
And God will be happy.
Yeah.
So.
That's there. The Undertaker. All right, now I got this. And then one of them is Dave Chappelle for some reason. I forgot about that part.
Okay.
So we'll get to that down the road, because we also have the family edition of that Dave Chappelle sound on the StreamYard soundboard. So that's delightful. But
okay.
Yeah, we like these things. Preseason football happened. Also, don't forget to engage in the comments and comment on the show. Get us out there and be nice.
That's right.
Be nice, people. Preseason happened because Seahawks football is back, Kevin.
That's right.
Yes, delightful.
So it is delightful. The results wasn't very satisfying.
But
it's preseason, and
yeah.
But there were some things to like.
Oh yeah.
So,
there was
absolutely.
a lot of things that did stand out on the program. Preseason Seahawk football tie score,
right.
23-all, which was is whatever. If it was the regular season, I'd be like, oh, because ties are lame.
They are.
Ties are very lame in football.
And I get that when you're in preseason, and you don't want players injured or whatever, and I get that.
Yeah.
So the result of a preseason game does not matter one iota in the first place.
Can we just go to college football overtime rules?
Okay.
Can we just do that? Because that'd be awesome. Here,
I could sign up for that.
I have an idea. So I have a proposal here for overtime football rules in the National Football League. 10-minute overtime, but then at the end of the 10 minutes, if there's no winner decided, we go to college football overtime rules. So like the shootout in hockey, it's similar to that. So you keep going with the score, you kick field goals,
right.
You go touchdowns, 2-point conversions are there, extra points. It's just so it's 10 minutes of regular football, and then we go to the shootout form. How cool would that be?
That would be pretty cool. And what is that? The third overtime where you have to go for two?
I think it's like third or fourth.
Yeah, I think it's the third one, and somewhere in there. And so, we have a satisfactory conclusion to the game. And at least, at the very least, they had it so that, the team that got the ball and went down and kicked the field goal was the winner.
Yeah.
That was boo.
Yeah. And
So at least we don't have that anymore.
I think we need to come to a conclusion here and say no tiebreakers. Tiebreakers or no ties. Tie stink.
Ties are definitely, you're not even on the bus. Okay.
No. You're just you're riding in like the luggage the luggage department of like the undercarriage of the coach bus. You're sitting there. You're being you get my point.
Right.
You're not on the bus, you're in the bus.
In the bus. Okay, so we'll avoid that at all costs.
Yes. Which three players in your eyes stood out? Because you have the analysis here because you did watch the game. I watched the highlights of the game. And I gave 3 players. 3 or 4 players. Which do you think stood out?
The first one that stood out was, how about Mr. Otts?
Yeah! Fullbacks!
Okay, so, because I was kind of thinking that the Seahawks would be playing a lot of one-back sets, and that puts us to rest, in my mind.
Yep, one game. It's all done.
One game, and he was out there, and he was blocking, and he sprung some big runs. And so that totally brought me around to what kind of football the Seahawks are going to be playing this year.
Yep.
And so that opens up all kind of possibilities, because I thought they'd be playing a lot of 2 tight end sets and things like that. And so we're going to have to see how this is going to shake out, because if you got a fullback and the running back in there, then something's got to give somewhere else. So this is really interesting to me.
And he can catch passes.
It's right. He sure did.
Yeah.
And so, live on. And this is really intriguing.
Yeah.
And so I'm very interested to see how Clint runs this whole thing, and what kind of it was a preseason game. I get that, but
correct.
What kind of formations are the Seahawks going to run? And because they're talking about maybe getting Jalen Milroe in for a couple of trick plays and things like that. So I'm not too sure about that either. But so how is this whole thing going to shake out? So
I did
notice.
I did notice something, Kevin, to cut you off. I did notice that they did run a lot of 1 fullback, 1 tight end, running back, 2 receivers, and they'll occasionally substitute the tight end for a slot receiver.
Okay.
Which brings us to Torrey Horton, who we've been very high on, and that
we've been high. And the other day, Vince had his show, and he spoke highly of Torrey Horton, and he didn't even play the game yet.
He's going to start in the slot, right? He's going to start in the slot. He has to.
So that's going to be interesting what they do, because now you've got 3 players that are traditionally slot receivers.
Which is not a horrible idea.
No. And we talked last Seahawks Sessions about how Cooper Kupp and, of course, JSN, they're known to play outside.
Mm-hmm.
And so how that's all going to shake in, maybe we'll see a little bit more of that with, we'll get into Kansas City a little bit later. But, so I was very impressed. The only thing that's kind of concerning to me is because he was targeted 7 times and had 3 catches.
Well, that's because Drew Lock did not have a great game.
Exactly.
So we can kind of give him the benefit of the doubt here. Drew didn't have a good game as the starting quarterback of this week's preseason game. So
and so that was get the timing in and everything. And so this guy, even as we mentioned last week, the 5th round is gold when it comes to Seahawks.
Weirdly enough.
Yeah, and so I really like what I saw out of him. And the third player, players, how about that?
Yeah, sure.
The offensive line.
Yeah.
Looked very solid, as did the defensive line.
Yeah, Sundell at center. Jalen Sundell at center looked pretty good.
Right.
Weirdly enough, because he's a natural guard, but he's filled in at center pretty well, because I think we can pretty much come to a conclusion here. Olu's going to be the center, right? Oluwatimi?
That's right. And so you got Bradford at right guard, right?
Yeah.
And so where's this guy going to fit in? So
Extra fullback?
I don't know. You can only have so many fullbacks.
We've
so.
seen this before, however. Cleveland did it not that long, a couple years ago, with former Washington Husky, Nick Harris, who was a natural center, was playing fullback.
Okay.
And also, to throw the Seahawks in this equation, do you remember Will Tukuafu?
What a name that is.
What a great football name.
It is.
He was
Absolutely.
like 300 pounds and played fullback. He was awesome. He was great. But
So that was the major takeaways that I had from this game, that the defensive line, the offensive line, and I liked what I saw. They picked off Aiden, Connell twice. That's correct. And didn't allow any sacks until later in the game, which we can get into. But so I like what I saw there. And say what you will about the final result, but I was very pleased with what I saw, especially in that first half.
Yep. You know who else is making a really good case? Speaking of Boise State running backs, because Ashton Genty, Genty from Boise State, but his running mate was George Halani.
Balani, what another great name that is.
And George has, when he gets opportunity, he really makes the most out of it. And, he has a really good chance, because if we recall, Kenny McIntosh is out for the year. Torn ACL.
Absolutely. So the opportunity is there.
Right there.
And he made the most of it. And we could talk about Damian Martinez. Maybe we will in a minute. But
we might, yeah.
Yeah. And so I really liked that, what I saw out of him. And you mentioned Genty, and it's real. People are hilarious to me.
It's one game.
Yes. And talking about how he doesn't look like his first-round draft pick. It's like the dude had 3 carries.
Yeah, the dude had 3 carries, and one of them was like a 5-yard loss. Yeah.
Yes. Can we relax a little bit?
Yeah, for God's sakes. I have another one that I think is going to be really interesting to go to your defensive line. Brandon Paley from the Dolphins, who we got off waivers from Miami. He looks solid. He looked really solid, yeah.
Yeah, that brings up, Miami, what are you doing?
And then the other one is, do you remember an Ohio State draft pick from the 5th round a couple years ago by the name of Tariq Smith?
Yes.
So he's back. He's been here for a year and a half, year plus, after being subject to waivers for a number of years. And he's playing outside linebacker. Now, he can also play inside, because Penn State fan did watch a ton of him when he was at Ohio State. He can play inside, so that does help. But he got some pressure. He got some pressure from the outside. I saw some tip, was that Tariq? He moved some people. And he's not a big guy, but he's strong, though, which is nice to see.
And that's nice to see, because the question about the Seahawks defense specifically is how much pressure can they get on the quarterback? And so,
which it looks like they're going to get lots so far.
Right. And so that was nice to see. And, of course, Imanuri.
Yeah. Our missile.
So, the missile, and not playing in a linebacker.
Yeah, which is fine.
Which is totally fine, because as we've discovered, they're going to be playing a lot of 3, safety alignments.
Yep.
And so that's totally fine. As long as he can be missile-ish, that's a solid thing for them.
There you go. What did you think? Who was the other nose tackle I'm thinking of? Not nose tackle, defensive end. Do you remember Mike Morris?
Okay.
Who who's tall. He's like 6'8", but he plays defensive end. He was from Michigan, and he was out his rookie year because of a torn shoulder. But when he gets the opportunity, he really shows up. I think what they obviously want to do is they want to rely not as much on the starters, like the Leonard Williams, the Jaron Reeds, the Byron Murphy, the Brandon Pilley, if he starts at nose tackle, because they need a nose tackle. Byron Murphy is not a traditional nose tackle. He's a defensive tackle. And they want to get him pressure on the quarterback with those two guys specifically, Leonard and Byron. They want to obviously get more rotational guys, and Mike Morris can play defensive tackle. He can play D-end. He can stand up as an outside linebacker. Very versatile player for a guy his size. What'd you think of him?
Well, you just mentioned it. A guy that has size, a lot of times that, they're restricted on where exactly they can play. But if he's got size plus mobility, that's key. So, we don't want players that just go one way and that's straight ahead.
Nope.
We want guys that can go this way, we can go that way. As long as it's not backwards, we're good. We want forward.
Shout out to Jim Marshall, who should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes. And so there are so many players here that versatility is a word that you could describe.
Which you love to see.
Which you do love to see because they're versatile. And it's okay to be versatile, but it's also, are you versatile and productive?
Yeah, correct.
And so, it's like a baseball player that plays 4 different positions, but he can't hit. So that's not worth a whole.
Yeah. I want to talk to you about something real quick because, you're a baseball junkie. You do love your baseball. You're very old school in your fandom of baseball.
Correct.
So, as I've mentioned before, I've abandoned my Yankee fandom and stuff like that. And it's just because it's funny. It's funny all the time because sports talk radio here in New York is atrocious. It's atrocious over here. Because you got the guys like...
Probably at the best of times.
Not really, because they say the most ridiculous crap and it makes you want to bash your head against a brick wall. Because they don't know the basics of the problem. Like, the whole root of the problem with the Yankees is, okay, you can blame Aaron Boone all you want. You really can. But the fact of the matter is, who hired the guy? Who hired the guy?
All right, and who keeps him in that position?
Yeah, and I had a great point with a friend of mine who's also a Dodgers fan. I asked him, okay, who's the general manager of the Dodgers? Good question, right?
Yeah, the guy that used to be in Tampa.
Okay, so if Brian Cashman were the general manager of the Dodgers, and he had 2 World Series appearances in 25 years with the Dodgers, winning 1 title, as prestigious of a franchise the Dodgers are, decades and decades and decades of winning alongside with the Yankees,
Right.
Not the titles, but like winning, like guaranteed 100 wins every year for the better part of the last 25, 30 years. Right? Would that be fair to say?
That would be fair to say. You cross out the 90s.
Cross out the 90s entirely. Like, how the hell the Dodgers didn't win with all, 4 straight Rookie of the Years, I have no idea. Anyway, I
That's
digress.
right. And they did it multiple times.
Multiple times. In the 70s, too, right?
That's right.
Okay, got it.
During the run of Steve Sachs and all those guys.
But, my question was, if Brian Cashman were the general manager of the Dodgers and he had the record the last 25 years, 2 World Series appearances and 1 World Series title, would he not be fired?
He would.
Yes.
Yes, he would. And as they mentioned, Brian mentioned this because I was just discussing this, that he did bring in some players at the trade deadline.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, which is all well and dandy. But this fascination with Devin Williams really is intriguing to me. because he has not been good.
I can defend Devin Williams to a certain point.
Okay.
Because if you remember with Milwaukee, he was on.
Yes.
That man was on. He was on something with Milwaukee.
He was. And this proves what Vince is out. Milwaukee knows when to get rid of a guy.
Weirdly enough, yes.
Weirdly enough.
Haven't done it with Christian Yelich yet, but Christian Yelich has still been pretty good.
Right. So, but they go out and they get Bedard, David Bednar.
Yeah. Good player for the Pirates. Good player.
And he was awful to start the season.
Yes.
Okay.
Awful.
Then went to the minors, came back, and he's been awfully good since then.
Weird.
Right.
Weirdly enough,
So
yeah.
if you're Cashman, right, and you go into the manager's office and say, "Hey, I brought you this dude. Put him in the closer role."
Which is like, okay, I get. I'm not saying Boone isn't, subject to blame. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is that Brian Cashman brought in these players. Brian Cashman hired these coaches. Brian Cashman hired these managers. This has been going on since pre-Girardi, too. When Torre was there, too. When Joe Torre was there.
Yeah, that's right.
The later years of Joe Torre were not great up to the standards of where he was originally as the Yankees manager.
Absolutely.
And
so,
Girardi... and
Girardi, he brought it for a while.
Won a title in 2009, won a title in 2009.
And you can't live on a title.
No.
From that long ago. Just ask the Dallas Cowboys about that.
For God's sakes. But anyway, it's like we could go on and on about the Cowboys for hours.
So we won't do that. But
my point is this, though. My point is this here. If any other competent organization like the Red Sox, to a degree the Mets, but like the Cubs, the Dodgers, like those teams, had Brian Cashman at their fold for 25 years, 2 World Series appearances, 1 title, would he not have been fired?
It's safe to say that if he was the general manager of the Yankees when George Steinbrenner was still alive,
gone. No question.
No question about it.
No question.
And so,
it's
Yankees,
hard to say.
Even on the Seahawks Sessions show, the Yankees get blasted on.
Because the Yankees are so top heavy. They're an atrocious team. They're not good. But yet everyone's saying like, "Oh, the Yankees are so good." It's like Aaron Judge is literally carrying this team. Anyway, we digress here.
Okay, so anyway, back to our original programming.
What was our original point?
We were talking about
something
defensive players.
Yeah,
we could make that about the offense as well. When you got your offensive line, what kind of blocking schemes can they do? And so you had your rollouts and things like that, and everything is positive because the offensive line is the key to the Seahawks season.
Correct. The offense, the entire offense as a whole.
Offense as a whole, and so because we theorize and we've seen that the Seahawks are going to have a solid defense. We think that might be even top 10. Maybe. Okay. So
Maybe.
The offense is where they need to, build up the foundation.
Yeah.
And the offensive line, as we've discussed time and time and time again, has not been the greatest for the Seahawks.
Nope.
Ever since, they had the days of Walter Jones and all that.
Yeah.
Which is, if we could bring that offensive line to this team, it would be, we're talking juggernaut stats, right?
Yeah, but it's, again, preseason. It's preseason.
Preseason, yeah. Don't overreact.
Yeah. It's
okay.
It's not overreaction Saturday. Let's be honest here.
It's not that, but to react is fine. And so, and so far, it's one game, of course, but the offensive line looks solid.
Yeah.
The defensive line looks solid.
Yep.
The players that we think were, going to be, guys like Horton, guys like Arroyo, guys like Milroe.
Tariq Young, too. He looked good. He looked solid.
And it looks solid. So when you take in all the, except for the tie score, which, they had players on the field. We won't recount their names. You won't remember them anyway. So, but everything else, positive all the way around.
Good. Oh, boy. We'll get to the Sunday ticket and my gripe with the Sunday ticket in a matter of moments. And we also got two more stories to get to because, our former quarterback is in the news as well. But we'll get to that first. We do need to get to a quick advertising break because, Kevin, what do we know about this show?
We know. If there's nothing else, we know.
Well, it's not free. That's the.
It's not free.
So
we know that.
It's not free. So time for some ads. This show ain't free. So time for some ads.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at Belly Up Sports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, but you can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Department of BS Seahawks Sessions.
That's right.
It's a delightful time. It's a delightful time, isn't it, Kevin?
It certainly is. It's a great time to be alive. You got football's back on the doorstep, and as you mentioned, I'm a baseball guy, and we've got the pennant races, coming, and so hey, celebrate life.
There you go. We also, I mentioned earlier before we went to break, the Sunday ticket. I suckered myself into purchasing the Sunday ticket once again for a second year in a row, which is like, all right, it's not a bad thing or whatever. It's like, I enjoy football. We enjoy football around here, after all. This is a Seahawk-themed podcast.
Exactly.
Not like there's thousands of these out there, but whatever. We're still doing our thing. Listen to our crap. Anyway.
That's right.
So I was interested in purchasing MLB TV because, I watched the Mariners like highlights. I listened to the radio, Seahawk radio, Seattle radio that talks to Mariners. And as you know, the Mariners are on fire since the deadline. They've been killing it since the deadline. Mashing the ball left and right, up and down, loop-de-loop and pull, and your shoes are looking cool. And Josh Naylor has been awesome. Awesome. But
we just got to make sure that he's 100%.
Yes,
healthy.
Correct. Both shoulders are now banged up, but he's been solid, and so has Eugenio Suarez. He's been really good too for the Mariners. But I looked up out of curiosity this morning, like, hey, how much is MLB TV going to cost me? Because, I want to watch the Mariners. I want to watch baseball. Because postseason baseball, fantastic. I don't think anyone... postseason baseball, miles better than the regular season.
Absolutely.
By a mile.
By a mile, because you don't have a guy who's, you'll never remember his name in 100 years.
Yep.
Okay. So, comes in, he throws, 3 batters, and that's all he does, and you'll never hear of him again. But you've got the best teams, and you got the pitching. This is an example, okay, because I talked about this earlier. Because yesterday you had the Toronto Blue Jays and the Dodgers going at it. And you had Max Scherzer and you had Clayton Kershaw going at it.
Yeah.
And it was a pitching matchup that lived up to the hype. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of baseball that you have to look forward to.
So good.
Right? Because you're going to have aces going up against aces.
Yep.
And the best players going up against the best players. And so Yes, I'm completely with you on that.
But the point that I was going to ask you is, like, how much is MLB TV going to costing you to watch your Dodgers on a month-by-month basis? $30?
Yeah.
How much do you think the Sunday ticket is going to cost you now?
It's probably ridiculous, but
5 times the amount of MLB TV. I did the math.
Okay, so we're talking $150
$150 a month, yes.
a month.
Yeah.
And okay,
I understand. I completely get it because the NFL is a monopoly. We get
right,
it.
they all are. They all
But
are.
you're telling me Major League Baseball, who doesn't get nearly as the amount of revenue as the NFL does,
Right.
is a better deal all around.
Right,
Because
and they have more product.
baseball every day.
Every day you could turn on a game
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Every day.
If you're a psycho that wants to watch the Marlins play, go for it.
Go for it.
We don't kink shame the Marlin fan base here. They're devoted. But,
No,
you get my point.
No. Yeah, and so, right. And $150 a month.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And let's say that gives you 4 games,
Yeah.
probably.
Well, 4 games at a time over the course of like a 6 or 7 hour day. But yeah, I hear you. It's stupid. It's stupid because
Because I had that myself.
yeah,
I no longer do.
yeah,
Because I would just as soon, because we live here in the Dallas area, and so wherever the Cowboys are playing, we'll be able to watch.
yeah,
And then, the Cowboys are on, most of the, Sunday nights and Monday nights and
Yeah.
whatever else. And so, we can watch one of those games if we want to.
yeah.
Not that no way am I a Cowboys guy. No way.
Nope.
That's great.
Nope.
Right out of the gate.
Get that meat off the grill ASAP.
ASAP. But like last year, the Seahawks and Cowboys played.
Yep.
So that game was on TV. I didn't have to
Yup.
worry about it.
Yep.
And so that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. The Cowboys are going to play a team more than likely that you're interested in. So
Yep.
like the first game, Philadelphia and the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Massive appeal all the way around.
Correct.
Despite whoever you're a fan of. So, but like I'm saying, so they play these teams, these marketable, that you want to see anyway.
Yeah.
And you don't have to pay $150.
Oh, it's so dumb.
Let's
Like
do
I could go to a bar and spend
Exactly.
and spend
And we've
like
done it.
half
And
of that over the course of 4 games.
Right. And so if the bar wants to pay $150 a month, yay.
The more I think about it, the more I'm like, this is a bad investment.
And so, and there's a place that we go, and we go in there, and the guy comes up, hey, and there are a whole bunch of TVs. What game do you want to see?
Yep.
Okay? I want to, whether it's, during the college football or whatever it is, and this is what I want to see. And boom.
Yep. It's right
And I
there.
can have my lemon pepper wings or whatever it is I'm having.
Ooh, garlic parm with blue cheese. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of garlic parm and blue cheese or honey barbecue
No,
and blue
blue
cheese.
cheese
I
has
know
no
you
reason
hate
to
your blue
exist.
cheese. I know you're a ranch guy. It's fine. It's fine. We have our interests here. Like you,
Right.
I've been getting made fun of by Belly Up for my goldfish and raisins concoction for like 6 months. Okay, I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
But anyway,
But the point
it's funny.
still is-
The point
You
still
can go
stands.
Right? And you can have, your, whatever it is that whatever food.
Your tequila sunrise with it as well.
And you can have a tequila sunrise or, whatever it might be.
A ginger ale too.
A ginger ale works.
Ginger
I
ale's
like
great with
ginger ale.
wings. Ginger ale's great with wings. Yeah.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Yes.
Okay. So you don't have to pay $150, and if the game starts getting out of control,
Yep.
let's say, you could say, hey, guy, come over here. this game is no longer of interest. So put it over here when he can do that.
Yep.
So hopefully we won't be doing that often during the Seahawks season. But
yeah, it's just it's so dumb because like from a economic perspective, it makes no freaking sense to pay $150 a month to watch football, one game a week.
When you can do it for no charge.
Yeah, or you can go to a bar and be like, "Hey,
right?
spend $15 for wings and a drink, and you're fine."
Even if you don't want to do that,
go to B-dubs.
Wherever you live, there's a football game on.
Oh my God, go to Buffalo Wild Wings for God's sake. Sponsor the show, please, brother. Come on.
Yeah, that would be good. And we went a year ago.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
We were in New York.
Yeah.
We went to Niagara Falls, and we went to the original Buffalo Wild Wings place.
Yep.
So that's just a little bit of trivia right there.
There you go. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
And like I'm saying, if you don't even want to go to the bar, you want to just stay home, there's a game on.
Yeah. For God's sakes,
it doesn't matter where you live.
The Islanders hockey season is going to be on.
Right. And let's say you live in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no football teams in Utah. I can verify this because my family lives there. I was born there. Whatever. But there aren't any football teams in Utah.
Yes.
There's still football on. Yes. There's hockey now and there's basketball, of course. But you can watch a football game in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah.
Whatever that might be.
Yeah. Boise State, the Seahawks, if you're, North Dakota State, A&M.
Right. And you live in Rapid City, South Dakota.
Yeah.
There's an NFL game on Sunday.
Kevin's been everywhere if you guys haven't figured it out by now.
I have been a lot of places, so,
He has. He has.
So, but my point is, wherever you live, there's a football game.
Yeah.
At 1 o'clock Eastern, there will be a football game. I
will use the Islanders as a perfect example, my hockey team.
Okay.
And MSG, who is, owned by James Dolan. They created an application called Gotham Sports Network, which for like $30 a month you can watch, the Knicks, the Islanders, the Rangers, those 5 teams that are part of the MSG umbrella, like the Knicks, Rangers, Devils, Islanders, those 4 teams. And then for an extra like $10 a month, you can add on the Yes app. At the Yankees. Done. It's easy. And if you're into soccer, there you go. Red Bull's right there. Now all they need to do is add SNY for another $5 a month and you got the whole New York sports package. But like, ESPN Plus is fantastic for hockey. Fantastic.
It's fantastic for a whole lot of things.
If you're into lacrosse, hell yeah. That's awesome. Lacrosse is great.
And we have Hulu. That's our provider.
Yeah.
And so Hulu and Disney Plus and ESPN Plus are part of the package.
Yep.
So that opens up a whole bunch of, not the NFL, of course, but it gives you a lot of opportunity.
It's so dumb.
And we could get into a whole different thing.
We could.
You have to have Netflix and you have to have Paramount Plus and you have to have all this crap to watch a football game.
It's almost like it's not even worth it, but,
And there was this thing that was talking about what you have to be able to watch all these games, and the price is absolutely mind-blowing.
Unreal.
So,
but,
And I get that the NFL is the NFL, but...
I might end up doing that, actually. I might end up just going to bars and just watching football. This Buffalo Wild Wings is really good food.
Okay, I can buy that.
Or Applebee's, too. I don't know if Applebee's
is fine. They've got... they only do the, all-you-can-eat every once in a while, but...
worth it.
I highly support that, by
worth
the way.
It.
Yeah.
We do have a story to get to because, our former quarterback, our previous quarterback, Geno Smith,
Yeah, we need to bring things back to the Seahawks at some point.
We do, because this it's like the radio. You can't just spend 20 minutes on one topic,
Right?
because then it just gets generic and it drags on.
If there's one thing you could say about this particular show, generic is not one of.
Nope, we are not.
So we are not that.
Geno Smith. Oh, boy. So Geno is the new quarterback of the Raiders. Las Vegas was in Seattle a couple days ago as we're recording. And out of context, there was a photo taken that Geno Smith gave a fan the double bird salute.
I saw that.
And at first I was like, first of all, your career was literally revived here. You won comeback player of the year in Seattle. Okay?
Right.
And then I said, let's wait because there's more context to this. And we found out the context. Do you know the context here, Kevin?
When I was like you, I first saw this picture and I'm like,
yep.
What, Gino, what are you doing? And that's not a good look.
Yep. And since then the context has come out. So,
that's right. And so that particular fan, this particular fan is known.
Yep.
The entire Seahawk organization.
Unbelievable. So the sign said, and I quote, "Bigger bust, Geno Smith or Jamarcus Russell," which is hilarious because Jamarcus Russell's widely known as the top 3 biggest busts in the history of the NFL. Ryan Leaf would like a word also, but
that's right.
But anyway, it's considering the circumstances, I think Jamarcus would take the slot, top spot.
I did see that some of the media reaction to this was pretty hilarious.
Oh, it's great because you fell for out of context bait.
That's right.
You fell for it. You fell for it.
They absolutely did.
Yep. Thanks, ESPN. But anyway,
yeah.
But it's one of those things where a friend of mine texted me this what do you think of the double bird salute of Geno Smith? I said it's probably out of context, but if he did that when he first walked out of the tunnel to the fans, I would have been like, dude, you literally revived your career here in Seattle, and that's how you do that. That's what you do in a preseason game, nonetheless. But the fact that there's more context to the story makes me go, oh, I'm siding with Geno here because it's dude, come on. One is still in the league, and he's played 15 years in the league at Geno Smith. And pretty successful career, if you ask me.
Absolutely. And like I said, this fan is known.
Yeah, unfortunately. But
every Seahawk game, this dude is there.
It's one of those guys?
It's one of those guys.
Ah, this is going to be fun.
He's always at, where the opposing team comes out the tunnel.
Oh, this is going to be well known. So, no, this is going to be fun.
And of course, Geno Smith would be quite aware of this.
Yeah.
And so I still don't think that I would be doing double, bird salutes.
Yeah.
Because of this. But, it was, if you should see the one photo, Pete Carroll's right there.
Yeah.
He's right, and he's coming out, and he sees all this. And so I still don't think I would have done that.
No. Intrusive thoughts did win in that scenario, but it's not a smart thing to do.
No, it is
for both
not.
parties. For both parties.
No. And so, but like I said, you have to know some of the backstory of this so that it's not complete.
Yeah.
Absolute overreaction by Geno Smith, because that's certainly what it looked like.
Yeah.
You're flipping off the home fans, and of course, everybody, like I said, the story I first saw, that's exactly what they ran with.
I have a question for you, Kevin, because we discussed this in our group chat with the two of us and Dustin, because there is a certain player that is still out there in free agency,
Okay.
A former Texas draft pick, previously with the Carolina Panthers this past season. Also former Seahawk for 1 year. Jadeveon Clowney.
Mm-hmm.
Clowney's still available in free agency. With Uchenna Nwosu potentially out for a considerable amount of time, and for someone like Clowney that knows the Mike McDonald defense the way he does from Baltimore, do you or do you not take a look at him?
I would think that that should have happened already.
Yeah, something's up.
Something is up with that because, as far as I know, no one has looked at him.
Nobody. You're correct.
Okay, as I've heard no chatter, nothing saying that they talked to his agent or brought him in or any of that. And so this is not a winning football player. Let's just get that straight. But he's a guy that could technically produce for you.
Yep, he still could.
Right? And so something's going on here that he doesn't get a sniff. If it was a regular thing, what's the problem with bringing him in? And let's determine whether he's, gassed or what.
Or hurt.
Or hurt, or whatever the case is. But the fact this is not happening, there's something here.
There's something we don't know about yet, but
that's right.
We'll cross that bridge down the road. We got a couple more topics because I know you were on vacation. I know you want to get back to vacation.
That would be good.
Who do you think are the week 1 starters so far in San Francisco? Oh, there it is. Who are the week 1 starters so far for the Seahawks against the 49ers? Because I think we can pretty much know, like, maybe 60% of the starters are on offense.
Okay, and we started at the top. Otson is a starter.
Robbie Utz, yeah.
Utz, yeah. And like I said, that's a surprise to me because I thought there would be more, tight ends and more wide receivers and things like that. But, he's bringing it.
Yeah.
And so that's a very good thing. And
I think Arroyo's going to start too.
I think so. That's the name that's at the top of my. Because, like I said, we don't want to overreact. When you played in the first game, and you talk about overreaction, Shadur Sanders is another topic. It's overreaction central over there.
Yeah, it's crazy up there in Cleveland.
It's crazy. So if you play in the first preseason game, you're either a rookie, most likely, because the Raiders didn't do that.
No.
Which is kind of interesting. They not for long, but as Genty played and Smith played. And so it's going to be very interesting preseason how exactly these teams, and Seahawks specifically also, go with because in the past we wouldn't see, if you were a starter, you wouldn't be seen in preseason.
Yep.
And that's why teams have come out and looked like absolute garbage.
Yep.
To start the season because there's no continuity or any of that.
Yep.
So how is this all? Joint practices is another thing that is, crept into the NFL, lexicon, if you will. And so, how do teams handle it?
Skynet.
Exactly. And so, how do teams play their starters more in the preseason, or the joint practices? Is that where you're going to see a lot of your action, or is it a combination of these? But Arroyo, to come back to the main point of this, I think is going to be a star.
Zabe is going to start, obviously, right? Because he's your first-round draft pick.
Absolutely,
he's going to start.
Yeah, he's got to start. And of course, Emanuri is going to, be a starter.
He's going to. I think Kobe has the strong safety spot locked up
he
still.
Does.
Even Warrior's probably going to be the nickel or dime safety. He's going to be the 5th or 6th defensive back on that scheme. He's got to.
And so, like I said, that'll be interesting. How often do they play the 3 safety set?
Yep. Which I would imagine would be often.
Often. So do they start playing that way right from the start?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Do you think Bradford's going to start at right guard, or do you think Christian Haynes is going to start at right guard?
I think Bradford's got that position pretty much locked down.
Okay.
And that was some question there. But that question's been answered to me when it comes to Bradford.
Yeah.
So I think he's a starter, absolutely. And then,
Now comes slot receiver. Do you think Horton's got the job?
That's depending on how they decide to, if Horton's a starter, then that means there's 3 wide receivers on the field.
Which is not a horrible idea.
Which is not horrible. But that, once again, goes against what I thought the philosophy was going to be of having a more tight end-centric offense.
Yep.
Because you can't have 3 receivers and 2 tight ends and 2 running backs.
No, you can't. You can't. It's systematically impossible.
Right. So, will we see some of that next week? That's the question to me. Going into the Kansas City game, what kind of offense do they start to put in?
Good point.
So I like Horton.
I do like Horton a lot.
What I saw on the actual field the other night. Mm-hmm. And so he's got to be on the field at some point. And but you also have the Cooper Kupp has to be on the field, of course, and JSN has to be on the field.
Yep.
And so someone's going to lose out.
Yeah. Thankfully, we have 2 more games to decide. We have the Chiefs and Packers. Chiefs and Packers are the final 2 preseason games, and then we will also say before the regular season does kick off, we will give our official postseason predictions for the NFL season.
That's right.
The lads will come together.
That's right. We will do that, and because it still is the case that the Seahawks have been predicted to be in last in every poll I've seen.
Unbelievable.
And it's crazy because the NFC West is the most unpredictable division.
Yep.
Out of all of them.
For God's sakes, the Cardinals might win 14 games unrealistically. They might. I doubt it too. Hey, what we also will confirm is that where's the Super Bowl this year? San Francisco. Okay. That curse is real.
It is.
That curse is very real.
So, but every single one, Seahawks have been in last.
Yep.
There's going to be people that are going to eat their words. I guarantee you this right now.
Well, we have about a month to decide, Kevin, because as of yesterday, the month is a month away from the NFL season. As of 3 days ago. Okay, we are a month away from the season.
And as I mentioned last episode, that the Seahawks were plus 500. It's plus 550.
Put money on it right now.
Put money on that bad boy right this second.
Yep.
If gamble responsibly.
Except in Texas.
Except I can't do it in Texas.
Hey, that was the joke.
Yeah.
That was the joke.
But if you could put money down, put it on, and it's not even whether or not they, because there's Super Bowl odds and all that, but 550 to win the NFC West, that's worth
$5,000.
Pull out your wallet and see what you got in there. A couple 5s, a couple 10s, maybe. I don't know. A couple nickels, whatever it is.
A couple quarters.
Quarters, whatever. Put that down on the Seahawks at plus 550 to win the division.
Final thoughts, Kevin, before we close up shop?
Well, like I said, I'm excited.
I'm pumped.
I am
so
absolutely pumped. And, you wouldn't think that after a 23-23 game. But I was extremely pleased. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this, because it's still intriguing.
Yep.
Okay. What the Seahawks do offensively, how are they going to be offensively? I'm really interested in seeing that. And at what point do we see Sam Darnold? And,
I wouldn't play him at all.
Well,
I wouldn't play him at all during the preseason. Jalen Milroe, also, before we close up shop, Jalen Milroe, he looked fast.
He did, except for the sack, which helped, the Raiders and their comeback.
Yeah.
That's experience. You can't teach experience.
Nope, you got to learn it.
You can't do it. You can coach from now till doomsday.
You got to learn
if
it.
You're an experienced player, that sack probably does not happen.
No, it does not. Kevin, my man, go enjoy the rest of your vacation, my friend. It's good.
I will do that.
Good to see you, as always.
It's always a pleasure, to talk, a couple, Seahawks things, and we're off the reservation sometimes, but
we usually do these things.
Yeah, it's fun, and if you happen to wander off into the deep grass, just wear your wading boots, and you're good.
Kevin's coming to you from the great state of Texas. I'm coming to you from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York. This has been Seahawks Sessions, part of the Bug Sports, Belly Up Media, and Time to BS, and we'll see you all